Good morning, friends and fiends, and welcome back to Final Fantasy IV Ultima. This is a ROM hack of Final Fantasy IV for the Super Nintendo. We've been playing this for close to 16 weeks now. We are in the endgame. We are getting closer and closer to finishing the game up, although there are still quite a few bosses that we have not faced in this game so far. It's been a really great time, though. It's been a blast. I actually published a blog post on wobblerocket.com earlier this week talking about Final Fantasy IV Ultima and really kind of going into how much I enjoy this ROM hack. It really has become my favorite version of Final Fantasy IV, and I've played pretty much every port of Final Fantasy IV except for the Pixel remaster, and you know, I really have enjoyed almost all of them, but this ROM hack has kind of blown all that out of the water, and I've really had a blast with it. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out that blog post on wobblerocket.com. I see that we already have some people in chat. Hello to Lydia and Heathen and Trial Fan. Lydia says your phone is not picking up audio for some reason. Do you have me on mute? Because I'm showing that my mic is sending out audio. Can everybody else hear me? Trial Fan, Heathen, can you guys hear me okay? I'm not sure. Could be something on my end. Testing. If you can hear me, somebody drop that in chat. Okay. So yes, Heathen and Trial Fan say yes, loud and clear. Lydia, you may want to try just refreshing. Sounds like it may be something to do with your internet or you know, your YouTube thing. So try refreshing, or try, you know, you may even need to reboot your phone and try that. Hello to Stone Homie, welcome in. So I do have a couple of things that I want to show off today before we get started into our game. We have one of those like bin store type places around here. I guess what they do is they get pallets of Amazon return items, and they get pallets of Amazon return items, and what they do is they put them out at the beginning of the week for like $10, and then each day of the week the price goes down until everything is gone. So I stopped by and actually found a couple of cool things. I'm going to show off one of them today. I'll show off the rest probably tomorrow or on other streams. This is the Bowser figure from the Super Mario Brothers movie, and he is huge. He's really big. I really like it. This one is actually supposed to blow like water vapor, and he's got a red LED in his mouth. I couldn't test it because I don't have any AAA batteries, and I'm not super keen on water toys. You know, so you have to put drops of water into this thing, and then it you know, it does its own thing. So I'm really not sure what exactly that looks like. I haven't done it, and I'm probably not going to, but he's going to be a really cool addition to my collection. I'm going to put him on the shelf behind me so that he can hang out. He's got all kinds of points of articulation. His the wrists move, the elbows move, the shoulders move, all that kind of stuff. So he's really cool. Lydia says, can you say that again? It cut off. Unfortunately, Lydia, I am not going to be able to repeat every time that your phone cuts off. since it does seem like it's a problem on your end. I hate that. I hate that you're having some connection issues, but I can't do that just because that's happening. Okay. The other thing that I want to show off, which does involve Lydia, is this really amazingly cool Lego Wobblebot. For those that don't know, Britflix, who shows up in the stream sometimes, is my best friend in real life. Lydia is her daughter. And Lydia made a Lego Wobblebot for me. And I just think it's the coolest thing. It is really amazing. It's a great little piece of work. He is also going to go on the shelf behind me. And I'm just blown away. I think it's really cool. I actually showed this off on Wednesday. So this is the second time that I've showed this off on stream, and I may end up showing it off again in a future stream. I don't know. So all of that done, we are going to go ahead and hop into our game. If you remember when we left off last time, we had headed to the Magma Ruins, and we fought against the Magma Golem, which is one of the new bosses that was added to this game. The Magma Golem pretty much wrecked us. He did a lot of good, he did a lot of damage. He has an attack that just kills one of your party members outright. And then he does a lot of fire damage as well. So I have spent this past week doing a lot of grinding. We are now, most party members are level 87 or 88. Edward is still lagging behind at level 77. However, I have finally managed to get his hit points above Rydia's. And to do that, there is a spot in the Tower of Babil, which is what I'm standing in front of, where you can go back and face some of the enemies from the Giant of Babil. In the base game, you really can't fight those enemies again because whenever you finish the Giant of Babil, you can't ever go back to it. And the enemies that are in the Giant of Babil have a really good chance of dropping silver seeds and gold seeds, which are the items that permanently increase your physical and mental, your hit points. That's the word I'm looking for. It permanently increases your hit points. And so it's a really great place, not only to level up because the experience is pretty good, but it is a really great place to farm those silver seeds and gold seeds so that you can boost Edward's abysmal his absolutely abysmal hit points. Okay, so we are going to swap out some party members. I don't really need that Medusa or Abilify. All right, so I found this out. I had talked about last time grabbing Sid because he has pretty good hit points. He is slow, but he has pretty good hit points. Unfortunately, he says, "Bah, I'm still pretty banged up from all that damage done to my body back in the underground. I don't think I can join this fight anymore, but I'll stay to study and maintain this shit for you." So I don't know why, but you can't put Sid back in your party. I don't know if he becomes unlocked later on, but for whatever reason, you can't add Sid to your party. So we're gonna have to kind of change other things up a little bit. So the party that we're gonna go with, we're gonna grab Yang. Yang has got really great hit point. In fact, since he has leveled up along with the rest of the party, his hit points are completely maxed out now. He has 9,999 hit points at this time, which is the best that he can do before we start New Game Plus. We are going to grab Edward The reason we're going to grab Edward is because he can equip the ice shield, which, along with a cursed ring, will make him absorb the Magma Golem's fire attacks. We're also going to grab Cain, because Cain can also equip the ice shield. And finally, for healing, we are going to grab Rosa. I'm a little, it sucks about not having Rydia in the party, because her summons are really fantastic and she's really helpful with Odin. However, she doesn't have a great way to resist the things that are happening. With Rosa, we can use the aim ability, which I don't know this for sure, but I think if she can get off aim, she'll be blinked. And that will mean that the crush, which is a physical attack, should miss, I hope. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. Okay, so we need to change up some gear. And first thing we're going to do is re-equip Edward. Give him back his spoon. We're going to re-equip him with Mage Hat and Diamond Armor. We're actually not going to put the Genji glove on him because that's not really helpful at this point. We need to take our ice shields, which should be down at the bottom, I think, because we had them pulled out earlier. Where'd they go? You need our cursed rings. Ice shields, there we go. Need to equip an ice shield on Cecil and a cursed ring. The reason that we're doing the cursed ring is, although it really decreases his attack power, well, I mean, it sort of does. It drops it by 3 points, so not really a huge problem. But what the curse ring does is, if you are resisting an element like fire from the ice shield, it turns that into an absorb, which means we'll actually heal from those attacks. We're gonna do the same with Cain. Oh, we don't have enough spots. Hold on. Crowdfan says hit like. Yes, please hit the like button, because that is always a helpful thing. It helps the algorithm and helps show my videos to other viewers. We are still in the process of trying to reach 1,000 subscribers this year. We are at just shy of, what, 300? I don't remember what it was whenever I looked. It was 290 something. Okay, so everybody is equipped the way they should be. What do we have on Rosa? Need to grab the Seraphic Shield. Not sure where the Seraphic Shield ended up. Might have it equipped on somebody else. I bet it's on I bet it's on Palem. I really don't want to have to redo Edward's equipment, so I think we're just going to leave it. But she has the Judgment Hammer, which does really decent damage. So we'll keep with that. There we go. I think we are in a pretty good spot. So we're gonna head back into the underworld. And head back to the Magma Ruins and see if we can do a rematch against this this golem that wrecked us last time. I think it's still going to be a pretty tough fight, to be honest. There's a little bit of RNG related to when he uses his crush attack or when he uses his fire abilities. Let's see, where is the... Lydia says, I just shared the live stream to a friend. Thank you, Lydia. I appreciate that. Come on, where's it at? There it is. That's what we're looking for. Okay, I think this is where we need to go. So how is everybody doing? How was your week? Magma Ruins? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're going to use Rosa. We need to cast Float on everybody so that they don't take damage from the weird little glowy bits here. Lydia says, I hated it. Why was your week so bad? My week was pretty good. It was very busy. I had a lot of things going on this week. I took Freya to the vet and got her allergy shot for the week, or for the month. She's doing really well. She is somewhere around here. If she shows up later on in the stream, I'll give her a treat and show her off a little bit. She did really well this month as far as the allergies. For those of you that have been watching the stream for a while, you know that my cat Freya has a chronic allergy where she starts scratching at her face and it'll get all bloody and nasty and everything. So we have tried a couple different things. Vet and I have been working together for almost a year now trying to get this stuff under control. And we finally, this last month, we tried something new that has done really well, where she does a steroid shot once a month and then sort of a low dose antibiotic just to keep it from getting just to keep things from getting too bad. And that seems like it has worked the best. Unfortunately, the allergy doesn't seem to be something that I can really control. It's likely a environmental type allergy, possibly like pollen or we have a lot of oak trees around here, and the house that I live in it's really old and it's not sealed super well. So even though she's an indoor cat, you know, things get tracked into the house. It comes in through little gaps in the windows or crawl space, you know, all sorts of weird things like that. So it doesn't seem to be related to food. It doesn't seem to be related to cat litter, you know, laundry detergent. We've tried all kinds of stuff. Lydia says, school made me do field day. Ethan says, my week was busy, but not bad. Trial fan says, pretty good week. Hi to Freya. Stonehummy says, I had a good week. We worked on a new article for the website, and I just finished up Act 1 of Final Fantasy X. How are you liking Final Fantasy X? I've seen a couple of your posts about it. It's still not one that I've ever played before, so it will go on the list eventually, and I will eventually get around to playing Final Fantasy X. Trial fan says Stone Homie was productive. I folded clothes, so that was as busy as I got. Stone Homie says the cutscenes still green screen every now and then, but it's the best combat system they ever implemented, in my opinion. Okay. What platform are you playing Final Fantasy X on? Are you playing it on PC? I wonder if it's just a problem with the port. Trialfan says, I did make breakfast burritos today. That sounds good. My breakfast was an apple with peanut butter, apple slices with peanut butter, and some almonds, and a cup of yogurt. So that was pretty good. Stone Homie says, if you know what you're doing, you'll cruise through the game. If you don't know the bestiary, you'll get wrecked. Stone Homie says it's a well-known problem with the port. Yeah, I wondered about that. Unfortunately, a lot of the PC ports for the Final Fantasy games from like 10 and under seem like they have some issues. I think they fixed a lot of them in the pixel remasters for the earlier games. But it's just kind of a well-known problem for like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10. That a lot of them have issues in the PC ports. Hooligans! I don't think we've actually seen Hooligans yet. I probably should scan them at some point so I can add them to the bestiary. Stone Homie says, I just watched the missed cutscenes on YouTube, so I'm not fussed about it. That's good. But he says, my breakfast was carrots and ranch. Not gonna lie, carrots and ranch is pretty good. He says, I was the most productive this week. I went back to school. When does school let out? You got to be getting close to the end of the year, right? I don't know why this save spot is like a weird little grid of dots. I wonder if it's just like a tile glitch or something. Okay, so we are going to use a cabin. I'm going to rearrange a couple of things in my, let's see, custom. I'm going to turn the battle speed down just a little bit. They actually tell you in the tutorial room that you should turn the battle speed down or you're gonna die a lot. And I didn't realize that. Okay, so we're gonna swap up a couple things. We got life potions. Swap our X potions up there. Got some ice blast for high damage. Elf cloaks are shell and protect. And Lunar Veil has physical damage nullification. So if we can get some of these things off with Edward, I think we'll be in a much better situation. All right, let's take on the Magma Golem and let's see what happens. I'm going to crush you. Hopefully he won't kill Edward. And he kills Edward. Immediately. What have you done? Uses Fire 3 to heal himself. Wow, Cecil does crap damage against him. Come on, Rosa. Get your life 2 spell off, please. And if he kills Rosa before this actually gets off, I'm going to be so annoyed. I guess maybe I should have used Ice Brand. Let's do Lunar Veil. It's only going to work on him, I think. I don't think it's going to work on everybody. Lava Wave. Yes, Lava Wave's good. Keep using Lava Wave. Let's use that. Okay, we need to change tactics because our physical attacks aren't doing crap. Try Ice Blast, see what that does. I've got the Avenger on Kane, so he's berserked, so I really can't do anything different with him, which may have been a bad idea. Don't Homie said the defense is working, though. Yes, it is. And that is being pretty beneficial right now. Well, no, that's going to heal Edward. Okay, so that's good. Lava Wave, that'll heal Edward pretty much back to full, I think. Well, not quite. Should have used an X potion. It would have been faster and it would have good Ice Blast. Maybe we can get this off. There we go. Okay. Ice Blast is the way to go. I don't know if I'm even going to bother with trying to revive Yang and Rosa. Oops. Heals himself a lot, which is not great. Edward's Ice Blast does a lot better. Stone Homie says, take that, traitor. Come, my friends. Oh, there goes Cecil. I'm gonna have to use Valve a life potion. Come on, Edward, get it off. There we go. Up everybody with an X potion, that should get them all back to full health. Right. I'm gonna do life 2 on Cecil. Hopefully on Cecil. Okay, that'll take out the flame dogs. Ick does pretty good damage against the golem, if I can keep Yang alive long enough to use it. I'll do another Ice Blast. Stone Homie says, not gonna lie, Edward is doing work in this fight. I told you, man, Edward is the best character in this game. I can get off a hit with Yang, he should regen a lot from the spoons. Ah, I got him. Okay, he's gonna spend a round or two reviving his dudes. Valve, life potion. That life potion is really nice because when it's salved by Edward, it's a life restore for everyone. Unfortunately, it's life 1 and not life 2, so it kind of sucks as far as that goes, but all right, come on, lava wave. There we go. That's what I wanted. I like lava wave. Oh, Ice Blast. Nope, not Fortify. Dang it. I didn't want Fortify. Hit the wrong button. Kane over here doing like nothing. Yeah, equipping the Avenger on Kane was a dumb idea. I only have one Ice Blast left, so I hope that we are getting close to the end here. I don't know how many hit points this golem has. There goes Cecil again. Trial fan says there's a dog in my backyard. I don't own a dog. Oh no. Let's try. Hey, we have a light veil. There we go. Silk web might slow him down a little bit, hopefully. And Hermes should speed us up. Yeah, Arctic Wind's what I'm gonna have to use. It doesn't do as much damage as Ice Blast, though. Cryptflix says, hey all, can't stay. Just popping in to say Lydia did not get her calm down medicine until just now. So if she's been a pill, that's because I'm a subpar mom. Have a good day. You're a wonderful mom, and Lydia has been fine. So physical null does not work on Crush, unfortunately. I don't know if there is a way to avoid Crush. Oh gosh. Okay, we'll do life. Okay. Arctic Wind only does 1 damage? What? Let's try Stardust. Oh, now Kane does some damage because it's critical hit. I don't know if we're going to be able to do enough damage to win this one, guys. Blood Feast, there we go. Blood Feast is supposed to be like a healing sort of thing. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to test some things. I want to see if Decoy will stop Crush. And we didn't get it off in time, so we don't know if it will. That fire 3 heal is a jerk. And that is something that I gotta work with. Yeah, see, if I had, if Cain wasn't berserked, I feel like I could do a little bit more because he could use items to do some additional healing and keep Yang alive. And in that case, we would probably do much better. So let's try to do that on Cain. Nope. I almost wonder if it might be better to go with a full melee party and just bring Edge, because then I could throw some crazy stuff. No! I don't see any way she's gonna get this off in time, but nope. There she goes. Yeah, having Cain with the Avenger was a mistake. That was a problem. Lydia says, I feel like Edward's teeth are yellow. Once Yang gets down to low health, it's really, really hard to keep him alive. Gonna erupt. Yep. Mustang says Yang getting knocked out and woken up over and over again. Like, we're kind of at a stalemate at this point. I'm just gonna scan him and see what we've actually managed to accomplish. I don't feel like we've done much. Wow, we've actually done pretty good damage to him. I don't know, maybe we just go all in on offense. Only got like 10,000 hit points left. Okay, let's try this again. Do Gaia Drone. Let's try Pearl, I don't know. Nope, Blink doesn't work either. Okay. Was anybody paying attention? Did Gaia Drum do anything? I wasn't even paying attention how much damage it did. I don't have much of a kitchen sink to throw at him. That didn't work. Weird the Arctic wind doesn't do anything. Why did I just fortify? Lord. Lydia said if Rydia was here, she probably could have used Odin. Unfortunately, Odin does not work against bosses. So that would not help us in this situation. All right, you know what? Edward's just gonna fight. I don't have anything better to do. If Yang could just get a hit off. There we go, critical hit. Good. Mustang says, has he swung once? He keeps getting TKO'd as soon as he stands up. I did manage to get like a couple of kicks off with Yang early on in the fight, and that's been about all we've managed to do. Okay, Blood Feast with Edward is not bad. When Golem's in the back row, his defense goes sky high. All right, let's do Blood Feast again. Yeah, I don't care. You can crush Yang, that's fine. Got him! Woo! Holy crap, that was an ordeal right there. Edward, MVP of the fight. Take that, all you Edward haters. Edward has absolutely redeemed himself in that fight. Legendary Crusher Flare Sledgehammer obtained. And the Adamant Helm. Nice. All of my dead people. Oh, wow. That was something else right there. Let's give... You know what? No. Edward has earned it. We are giving Edward the adamant helm. Stoneham says... Mustang says Yang has permanent damage after that. You know what? Yang spends like half of this game anyway, like story-wise. Yang spends half of this game with concussions and amnesia anyway, so I think he's all right. Woo! That was an adventure right there. That was an adventure that took us like an hour. We spent half the stream just trying to take out the Magma Golem. All right, let's get out of here. Stonehomie says, I wonder how many total items you used in that fight. A lot. I went into that fight with 8 ice blasts, which I thought would be enough. And it obviously was not. Stonehomie says Yang has pent-up aggression. Wow, pretty good damage from Rosa. Stonehomie says we needed a Goku and we got a Yamcha instead. While I work on getting out of here, for those that have been following my Blue Sky or the Discord, I announced today that starting on Friday, which will be Friday the, 16th? I think it's the 16th. We will be starting a new stream. We'll be starting Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is one of my absolute favorite games. We will be playing a randomizer, which what that does is it takes all of the item locations and shuffles them around. The particular randomizer that I'm using also changes up the enemy stats. So enemies could be 25% as strong as they normally are, or they could be 200% as strong as they normally are. It'll also shuffle up the shop prices and the item drops. So the different items that monsters can drop. Trial Fan says, wait, what game on Friday? Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It was the Castlevania game, one of the Castlevania games that came out for the Sony PlayStation. Stone Homie says, you also wrote a great blog giving Goodman Games the business for platforming bigots. Good job. So yeah, that is something that happened this week. Goodman Games is the producer of Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is a fairly popular TTRPG. And they have also lately been working on a system, or on a series of articles called or a series of re-releases called Original Adventures Reincarnated. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and swap over to our main viewpoint while I explain this, because I don't want to game while I do it. One of the things that they got was they got the license to re-release City State of the Invincible Overlord, which was released in 1976 originally. It was one of the first city supplements for Dungeons and Dragons. And it's only been reprinted by a different agency one time. It was reprinted by Necromancer Games in 2004. So I'm going to give just a really short version. You can go back to the wobblerocket.com and read the blog posts if you want the full story on all this. But basically, in 2020, the current owner of the IP for City State of the Invincible Overlord made a whole bunch of really, really terrible posts on Facebook. Very anti-Semitic, very racist, very homophobic, really terrible stuff. And I mean, it was just like across the board, this guy hates everybody kind of thing. Unfortunately, Goodman Games kind of ended up in this situation where they had already purchased the license for City State of the Invincible Overlord. And it seems like they may have had some sort of contractual obligation to release a product with that. 5 years later, here we are, they're ready to launch the backer kit for it, but a lot of people have not forgotten that this was a thing that the original IP owner did. I do not have a command set up for the blog, but I'll drop the link in the chat. I need to set one up for that. So anyway, Goodman Games, I think, is trying to navigate this as best they can. They're in a sort of a crappy situation where they have a contract that obligates them to do this, but at the same time, it necessitates them working with a pretty terrible person who has done some pretty terrible things. So what they've tried to do is they've tried to say that they're going to refund a Kickstarter that Judges Guild, the original owners of the IP, tried to do several years ago that they never delivered on. And it's just a mess. The best thing I can tell you to do, because I don't want to spend all of my stream time on this, is go read the past 2 blog posts that I posted on wobblerocket.com. I've tried to give a really thorough background of everything that happened and everything that is happening at the moment about it. It's a really interesting read. There's a lot of moving parts to the whole thing. And I think that if you're at all interested in tabletop role-playing games, particularly classic vintage adventures and things like that, it's something that you'll want to take a look at. So let's go ahead and hop back into our game. We are right outside the ice cave, and we actually had done this before, and we need to swap a couple of things up. Instead of our ice shields, we need flame shields. Do I have flame shields is the big question. I do, but I only have 2 of them. That's gonna suck a little bit. Do I have flame armor? I have flame armor. I don't know. Yeah, I do have flame armor. Okay, that'll work. Of course, I have too much stuff in my inventory. We're going to give the flame armor to Kane, and we'll grab a Aegis shield for him. Swap out Cecil's for the flame shield, and swap out Edward's for the flame shield. The reason we're doing this is that the Yeti boss, which kind of wrecked us a couple episodes ago, is very similar to the Magma Golem in that he has a really strong physical attack, and he also has, in this case, an ice attack. So hopefully that will help us a little bit in that situation. We're going to equip Kane with a different weapon, because I don't want him with the Avenger in this case. Okay, let's see what else we have that he can equip. Can use the Judgment Hammer. That's pretty nice. Okay. So Lydia says grab Rydia, she has Phoenix. That's a good idea, and I could do that. I think I'm going to stick with this party though, because I want the party members that have the ability to resist the ice damage. Michael the healer, hello, hello, welcome in. Michael says, hey bro, what's up? What did I miss? You missed an incredibly epic fight against the Magma Golem, which you're going to need to go back and watch the replay of that, because it was fun. We had a great time with that one. Stone Homie says, we killed the Magma Golem getting carried hard by Edward. I was deeply ashamed. How do I get... Oh yeah, that's right. I hate the little foggy overlay that's in this place. Oh, yeah, okay, I need to catch back up on chat. Lydia said, talking about the Symphony of the Night stream said, "What if I'm at school?" That stream is actually going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. So you should be able to catch it because you should be home from school by then, if you want to, as long as you don't have other things going on. So something that I'm probably going to end up having to do is, and we may end up doing this next stream, at a certain point, I'm going to have to probably start a new game plus. And the benefit of that is it increases the maximum level and the maximum hit points that your characters can get. It increases the maximum hit points from 9,999 to 14,999. And that's probably going to end up being something that we're going to have to do to deal with some of the stronger bosses that are on the moon. When that happens, what I'll probably end up doing is we'll end the stream right as we start that new game plus, and then I will sort of rush through the new game plus on my own without doing a stream on that. Simply because it's basically going to be rehashing the storyline so far. When you do the new game plus, it retains your level, all your items that you've collected, your bestiary progress, all that kind of stuff. It just starts the game over at the beginning with the higher rate of Stone Homie says that explains why the golems crushed did 14,999. Yeah. That is the maximum damage that can be dealt, I think. Although I want to say that I've seen Yang deal 15. How do we... Oh, okay. There we go. Lydia says, Wobble, you should show my masterpiece again. I'm probably not going to do that right now because we are already an hour and 20 minutes through today's stream, and I want to try to beat this boss before the stream ends. But I will probably show the Wobble bot that you made off again later. Anyone who missed it earlier can go back and watch the replay after the stream ends and see it. It's at the very beginning. I hope there's a save point before I have to fight this guy. I don't know if there is or not. I don't remember. If there's not, we may do a save state. I really try not to do save states too often, but sometimes it's just necessary. Wow, Rosa is a beast with the new flare sledgehammer that we got. That is a really nice addition to our collection. One thing that they changed in this ROM hack, in the base version of the game, if you have characters in the back row, they do half as much damage. In this version of the game, they do full damage, but what they do is they have like a 30% reduced chance of actually hitting. Lydia says I make the most important things or people out of Legos. All right, let's use a cabin. But yeah, there's a save point fairly close. It's not really close enough that you're not gonna face, or that you're not gonna end up in some fights, but it's close enough. All right, let's swap a couple of items around real quick. Where'd it go? Light veils. There we go. Light veils up there. Decoys. Have any Hermes boots left? I think I used them all up. All right, Yeti, round 2. Let's give this a shot. Oh, that's gonna be a dumb idea. Oh, I guess it worked, okay. Firebomb! Could have used Silk Web first. Okay. Ain't doing alright. Silk web on him. What? No! That's not good! Alright, you know what? Rosa's just gonna go all out attack. I should berserk Rosa. That would be funny. Let's do it. Let's do jump. Oh, dead Rosa. Ooh. Those are coming in with pretty good damage. The Attican Rider says, are you in the moon? We are not in the moon. We are actually in the Ice Cave, which is a new area that is added into this ROM hack. So it does have the same, it has the same background as the moon does, though. Yeti gets a little bit faster, I think. Is he countering? Oh, he might be countering. And there goes Yang. Aha! We got him. He was not nearly as difficult as the Magma Golem, which makes sense. He's an overworld boss, so he's not supposed to be as difficult as the Magma Golem is. We were much lower level whenever we fought the Yeti the first time. Master Fist Dragon Claw acquired. Also received Berserk Ring. Cool. Let's check those out real quick. Berserk Ring makes the user berserk. Dragon Claw has a chance to deal death, stun, and poison. Strong versus, looks like dragons. I'm not sure what that one is. Wizards and undead. And it can cast a spell with fight. So we will go ahead and give that to Yang. We'll trade out one of his spoons. What time it is? Okay, we got about 30 minutes left. I guess I should heal everybody. All right, let's use a cabin. All right, we are going to head back to the underworld real quick. Once I find it. It's got to be here somewhere. There it is. We're going to head into the Tower of Babil. We have already completed this dungeon, sort of. Because when Cain rejoins your party, he gives you a key of Babil. And that unlocks a new secret area in this place. Fortunately, you kind of have to deal with everybody in this place to get there. But At this level, it's pretty easy to just kind of rush your way through. If this is your first time watching the stream, please make sure that you hit that like button and hit the subscribe. I am on a mission to try to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And we've made pretty good progress. Things slowed down a little bit lately. But we are just shy of 300 subscribers, and it would be a really big thing for me if I could hit that 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's getting dark outside. We're supposed to have some storms here later. It's been kind of raining off and on for the last couple days. That flare hammer does all kinds of crazy stuff. I think it says, should the cat have a wig? Definitely a bow tie, Lydia. The cat should definitely have a bow tie. And a wig. There we go. Because Stonehomie says, I'm bald in real life, so yes. Stonehomie says, make the cat version of me live the life I can't have. Oh, wait. What? There we go. Trial Fan says, okay, what cat are we discussing? Lydia says she is going to make a Lego of Stonehomie for his cat avatar that he has here on YouTube. You guys want to know what's funny? There is actually a boss rush mode added to this ROM hack. Like when you get to the end of the game, you can actually fight like an ongoing series of multiple bosses at once. And they can include like bruisers like the Magma Golem and stuff. I think we have a long way to go before we're ready for that. Oh, so many random encounters. All right, here we go. Okay, so normally when you come through the Tower of Babil, this door up here is locked. Cain gives you the key of Babil, which unlocks it. I've already been in here once, just for a little while. And it leads to the Omega Corridor. This area is populated with enemies that we fought in the Giant of Babil, which are really good ones because they give you a bunch of... they have a really good chance of dropping the silver seeds and gold seeds, which is how I managed to get Edward's hit points up into the 5,000s. About the only way that you can get Edward's hit points up into the 5,000s because his base HP is really, really low. Now, I have not explored this part. This is the Omega Sector, which is a new dungeon that has been added. That looks like the CPU. I guess they're just using it as set dressing here. Stone Homie says if we can get Yang to stay awake for it, you mean? Lydia says we have to keep a frying pan on hand. Let's try down. Received an experience ring. That's nice. Quit for 1.5 experience. We will actually give that to our buddy boy I need to probably swap out my gear at some point, but we'll give that to Edward since he is kind of lagging behind everybody else in experience a little bit. When we started this stream, he was about 10 levels behind everyone. I think he's gained maybe 1 or 2 since then. It's a mech dragon. When we first fought these mech dragons, they could pretty much just wreck us straight out of the gate. Still does pretty good damage to Cecil, though. This ROM hack has really improved Rose's offensive abilities. Merit cap, let's see what that does. Merit cap allows you to use any gear, which is cool because that is basically what Edward has, but he doesn't have to wear a special helmet to do it. I'm not going to equip it though, because really I don't know that there's anything I need to add to anybody right now. It may be useful if we have like Edge, because we could give him a shield or something. Getting out here wrecking dragons with the Dragon Claw. Did I miss something? Ah, secret passageway. Okay. There we go. We have a turtle man. Hi, turtle man. Let's see who you are. Omega weapon. Let's try Silk Web to start off, just to slow him down. Jump. Okay, he casts wall on himself. Is what it is. Ultima. Ultima does great damage. Decent damage. Does like half of Cecil's health though, that sucks. That's because of the shield we have on him. Do Blood Feast. Insta-kill Deadward. Ouch. That hurt. Ralphan says, tornado warning here, back soon. You guys be safe. Well, we'll see how this goes. This may not end well. Come on, Yang. Wonder if Yang can solo this guy to redeem himself from the he can redeem himself from the Magma Golem fight. Quake! Quake! No! I didn't know I was supposed to be floated for this fight. Okay. Let's change a couple things up real quick. I think we can maybe do this one. We want... Oh, no. Tell you what, guys. My lights are flickering, so I'm gonna have to go. We do have some, like I said, we have some thunderstorms in this area as well. And my lights are flickering. I don't want my power to shut off and lose my game progress. So we're gonna save real quick. And I will catch you guys later, Sunday Night NES, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. For Double Dragon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It has been a wonderful ride. We beat the Yeti and the Magma Golem. And I will catch you guys later on. So thank you so much. We will try to beat Omega Weapon next stream.